Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of Off the Record. What's going on, Mr. Live?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing this week? What's going on? Welcome to Off the Record. It's a pleasure to have y'all again this week.
We have the one and only Miss Bessie Stokes. Bessie, can you hear me back there? Wave your hand if you can hear me. Okay. We got the one and only female legendary promoter, Miss Bessie Stokes, out of Alabama. She's gonna come over here. And we're gonna have a long and in-depth talk on Southern Soul from a promoter standpoint, because she's been in the business well over 30 years. And like I said, she's a legend. She look, y'all got to hear her story. She have been with a lot of people, promote a lot of people, travel a lot of people. I'm talking about legendary artists, and I think it's an honor for us to have her on here. So if you have any questions, you go ahead and put your questions in the feed line. I'll go through and I read the questions. And like I said, we'll keep on here probably about 20 minutes after the segment is over. Then we'll do a Q&A. So you got anything live before we ring in Miss Bessie Stokes?
Oh no, hey, this week I got a big show coming up on the 20th. Y'all come down to Houston, Texas. I'm gonna be at there's no place like NOLA. That's the name of the place here on Armour and Hong Cloud. Also,
we normally do that toward the end, man.
Yeah, man, but that's what I got going.
Yeah. Okay. You got anything else?
That's it. Y'all come on, let's go.
All right. Hey, Miss Bessie Stokes, what's going on?
Ain't nothing. What's going on, guys?
We straight. You all in the camera, ain't you?
I know. I said, dog, I'm right up on it.
Yeah.
I'm on the computer today.
There you go. So how's it going? You doing okay today?
I am.
Yeah. Look, I really want to know from the bottom of my heart. It's truly an honor to have you on here. Like I said, we talked a couple times, and like I said, when you told me when you gave me your extensive background, I was really impressed. And especially, it's not that many female promoters, but you've been in the game a very, very long time. And I want to say I'm honored to have you on here.
Thank you. I'm honored to be on your show as well.
Yeah. Okay. Like, you got anything?
I'm trying to see what this camera got going on right
Yeah,
here.
don't be trying to hide. Don't be trying to hide now.
I guess I'm trying to hide. I'm trying to get this thing right here.
Okay, you're almost there. You got scoot over just a little bit more.
Hold on, yeah. I'm gonna figure this thing out. Hold on.
Scoot it to the other side.
Nah, that's not the way.
Nope, right there.
There we go.
There. Right there.
I got my face looking huge.
There you go. You looking cute. You look all right, girl. So live. You got anything before I go into the question with Miss Bessie Stokes?
No, go ahead. I'm good.
Yeah.
All right, Miss Bessie Stokes. Let's go and get started. Tell the audience a little bit about yourself and where you're from.
I am Miss Bessie. I was born Bessie Southall. I got married. I'm remarried now, Bessie Woods. But I was born here in Mobile, Alabama. I started in this industry at the age of 18, following my father's footsteps. And it's a lot to tell. I don't even know where to start.
We're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. So,
okay.
you say you're from Mobile, Alabama.
Yes.
Is that the mecca for Southern Soul down in your area, or is it Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama? Where is it? Because people say it's Mississippi, Alabama. They say it's Tennessee. So which is it?
Well, of course you don't say Mobile, Alabama.
Because Live said it was something else. What Live would you say it was?
Always Mobile.
It's always Mobile. It's always Mobile. Yeah, we big. I think we knew about big as Jackson. At one time, it was Jackson, Mississippi. But now it's like a mandatory thing. And people come to Mobile, they feel like they've been somewhere.
Oh, really? So who's the biggest artist from? Are any artists from Mobile?
Oh yes, we have a lot of artists here that I'm happy to represent. We have of course, Lady T. We have David J, Solomon Thompson, Tora Keefe.
Are they legendary?
Are they legendary?
Yeah.
No, Mr. James Payne, may he rest in peace. He was a legendary artist from out of Mobile. And Simone, he's been around a long time.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So let's talk about now. Were you on the R&B side? You strictly on Southern Soul side, right?
I've been strictly on Southern Soul right now.
Okay. So how did you get into Southern Soul?
My dad was a blues promoter. He was bringing Tyrone Davis, Marvin Cease, Denise LaSalle. Actually, they used to be at his house. I had no idea who they were. Lynn White and all those ladies. Gwen McQuay. Actually, Gwen and I still talk.
Okay. So how old were you at the time that you followed
I
your
was,
dad?
yeah, well, before I realized who I was around, I was like a little, like 12, 13 years old. But
Okay.
when I got into the industry at the age of 18,
So at the age of 18, did you meet Johnny Taylor?
I actually met him before then.
So did you know who he was? How big he was?
Not quite. And I didn't know. I kind of started realizing who he were. Even when I was starting to be into the industry at the age of 18, I used to be around those guys and didn't realize I was around legends. But they all treated me so kindly.
So
They
so
all called me baby girl.
okay. So at what age did you realize that they were true legends?
I guess by the time I turned about 25.
25?
Yeah, about
Okay.
25.
Is that the time you struck out on your own and started promoting? You were still following your dad footsteps?
I've been on my own ever since 18. When I turned
Really?
18, I was doing my own shows, yes.
Really? So did you have any notable artists at the age of 18? Were they big artists at 18? Or you gradually went up to the big artists?
I gradually kind of started working with big artists. I was around them. I was doing shows with them. I was gracing the stage with their presence.
Uh-huh.
Um, I said the age 18. By the time I got 21, that's when I was with, I guess by 20,
20 something.
yeah, 20 something. That's when I started, with Jackie Neal. May she rest in peace. That was my best friend.
Uh-huh.
And Reginald Pettis. I used to manage Stephanie McD.
Uh-huh.
And it kind
Okay.
of like graduated from there.
You said Stephanie McD. So now this one you was what, in your 20s?
In my 20s, yes.
So how was she? Was she a pistol back then too?
Stephanie,
Yeah.
Stephanie a firecracker.
She a firecracker?
A firecracker.
So has she always been a firecracker?
Yes, she
Yeah.
always been a firecracker. Stephanie McD.
Yeah. Because Stephanie, she gonna get you told, huh?
Oh, she don't mind reading nobody, but it's okay.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Everybody can get read every now and then.
Yeah.
What
So
was y'all fallout?
Oh, Stephanie and I, we don't have a fallout. Stephanie, when I was managing her, I can't believe we're having this conversation. Okay,
hold
when
up.
I
You
was
said hold
managing
up.
Stephanie,
Time out. Hold up. You said what was a fallout?
yeah, because I was like, we didn't have a fallout.
Oh, okay. All right.
But
So
reason I'm not her manager anymore. That's why you asking that.
Yeah.
Okay, so but back then, Stephanie, we was ready. Her first album was everything, and we had a lot of shows lined up, and she left the house one day and decided that she wanted to go gospel, and I have to respect. I can't step on the Lord's toes, so
okay.
that's how that came about. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so she wants so God. So right now, do you manage any artists right now?
Yes, I do.
You do? Name
Yes.
the ones you manage. Do you want to name them?
Yeah, I don't mind. Mr. Zay, Lady T. I'm also the manager of Miss Mary. She's a Southern Soul host. And I just picked up Andy Steele and Dr. D.
Uh-huh.
Uh,
So it's safe to say you've been managing for 30 years. So from your 20s up to, well, I'm not gonna say how old you are. From the 20s up to now. You're 50, right?
I'm 50.
Okay, you're 50. That's a good age. You're half a century. So do you ever compare and contrast the way it was back then promoting versus now? Do you ever sit down and compare and contrast the difference?
That might be a problem for me because, yes, I always do that.
Why would it be a problem?
Because I know you shouldn't compare what the past with the present because things change throughout the years.
Uh-huh.
But I still say that the past was good. It don't have as much drama that this present has going on.
Uh-huh. Is that because the past was older? They were older than the present now? Because they were older, right?
They were older and seasoned. No, we had some young ones. We had Jackie, we had OB, Tyree Neal. You know what I'm saying? They was young when they came in. So, you know what I'm saying? We had the older cats, but we had the younger cats, but they respected them though.
Now you can't tell me OB didn't act no fool back then now.
OB is like Stephanie McD. OB is gonna be OB. OB has been a fool his whole life, but he been respected.
That's my guy right there, man. OB, you can't tell me OB didn't act no fool back then.
Yeah, it's all for fun though. You make OB mad. You know what I'm saying? He'll come back and later on apologize. But 10 out of 10, he get mad. He's mad for something. And 10 out of 10 is his money.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that's everybody. So you got a question, line?
Shoot, somebody, Erica Stapleton's on you hard. What happened with that situation? She's saying you're not a good manager.
Well,
I
okay,
don't even know who
yeah,
Erica is. I don't even
yeah,
see that.
we'll go into that. But let me ask you this question right here. So, dress code. Did they have a
Mhm.
dress code back then versus what you see now?
Back then, artists just used to dress up. They came ready to just dress up.
Yeah.
They didn't come whatever they wore to the uh to the show.
Yeah.
They didn't perform in it.
Uh-huh. So as a promoter now, do you have any quarrels with that?
I would love to see the artists dress up some and show some on stage,
Yeah.
you know,
Stage presence. So
presence. Yeah, I'm trying to
so
put
when you talk about drama, what do you mean by drama?
so what now?
I said when you said about drama, it's a lot of drama.
Yeah, it seems like everybody just finds something to nitpick about these days and arguing and and go back and forth. And it's unfortunate because the soul can be a good industry and we can make it to the Grammys. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
So, but it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that it's just a lot of mess behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we I know we talked about your philosophy as far as background. Artists should have a background. Could you explain that?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
I said I know we talked before about your philosophy about artists having a background, coming from a background. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So yeah,
I mean a
explain
lot
that.
of artists just coming out the blue down. They're not. They just coming. I don't know where they're coming from. They just coming every week. We have a new artist that's coming out, and I just said a lot of artists back then, such as Karen Wolf came from Denise LaSalle,
Uh-huh.
Sir Charles came from Marvin Cease, and a lot of artists like Reggie P back then came from the Barcades. Big Rob came from Roger and Zepp. A lot of them had backgrounds. You know what I'm saying? They came from somebody else. That's legends, and they kind of like knew how to come into the industry. You know
Uh-huh.
what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I was saying about that.
Oh, okay. So what about this? Let's talk about showcase, Southern Soul Showcase. Do you do something like that, like Southern Soul Showcase?
I used to do a Southern Soul
Okay.
showcase on Sundays at Fernand's in Mobile.
Uh-huh.
To give new artists opportunities to show their talent. If they was
Yeah.
worth bring it back,
Hmm.
then people bring it back, and we'll talk about it or whatever this that and another. And you
Uh-huh.
know what I'm saying? So that's what I used to do with the
Yeah.
artists.
So why'd you stop doing it?
I stopped it because it was like we had good days, we had bad days, and it was starting to be time consuming, and people was coming out on certain Sundays and one come out on other Sundays, and I
Mhm.
just kind of backed off from it. Mhm.
Do you do
It
you
wasn't a
think
really good reason
do,
why.
do you still think there's a need for a Southern Soul Showcase for new artists? You think there's a need for it?
I do
Yeah. Why?
because, in other words, how else would they get seen?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Most promoters don't like putting new artists on shows, especially if they brand new. So,
Mm-hmm.
and how else would the artists get an opportunity to show their talent if someone that doesn't do that?
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Let's talk about new artist pay. How do you feel about as a promoter? You've been a promoter for over 30 years. How do you feel about these new artists and their pay just coming to the game? Do you agree or disagree with how they come into the game as far as calling promoters, telling promoters what a price is? I mean, do you agree or disagree?
I don't think they should automatically come with a set price, especially if they brand new. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like the price need to be negotiable if there's a price at all. It
Mm-hmm.
all depends. Like if you're new in the city and we never heard of you, I wouldn't put a price tag. If you get some money, fine. If not, you know what I'm saying, just come there and promote yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't come off the top asking for a few $1,000s when the promoter nor the people have heard of you.
Yeah, I mean, that's been my argument too. As a promoter, I don't mind helping out, the new artists, but what they have to understand is the business aspect of it. I understand uh, you want to do something, but behind everything is business. It's business,
Yeah.
and it has to make sense. It has to make sense. So a lot of folks get offended. They get offended, or they get mad at promoters. When promoters tell them, why should I pay you that when you can't draw on a piece of paper? because
exactly.
Because bottom line is, it's the promoter's money. It is my money. It's your money.
It's my, that's my thing. I didn't get in this. If I throw a show, I'm not just trying to make the artist eat. I did it to make me eat too. I got into this as a promoter to make money, not friends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if we become friends after then, that's fine. But
Mm-hmm.
hey, it's at the end of the day, when you get to perform, your hand gonna be out and want your money.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like saying, no, I don't mean to be facetious or nothing, but it just seems like every time, it seems like we as Black people, we always want to dictate to other folks what they should or what they shouldn't be doing, especially when it's other folks' money. That kills me with that, you know. And I'm quick to tell them, do your own show. If you don't like what promoters are doing, if you don't like if promoters not booking you, if you don't like who the promoters put on their show, do your own show. Just do your own show.
Exactly.
Go on and you know what it entails in doing the show. You know what it entails. It entails a lot. You have to have money to put on the show, especially if you're not.
And see, like with Mobile artists, now I don't mean to cut you off.
Yeah, go ahead.
We a lot of times here in Mobile, a lot of promoters here in Mobile, even we was looking over a lot of our Mobile artists. So now that we have teamed up, we're taking ourselves to different cities now. We're not going to wait on the promoters to bring us to the city. We're going to the different cities ourselves now.
And that's good. Yeah, that's a good thing. So how do you feel about when an artist tell you old or new, they know their worth? How do you feel about that if they haven't put on the show?
Yeah, I feel like every artist that's an artist should know their worth.
How so? How can I know? Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Know your worth to a certain extent. You just can't come out here. I don't know how to sing, but I feel like I'm worth something. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, don't go overcharging people either. You know what I'm saying? Even though that you feel like if you feel like you can draw in $5,000 worth of people,
yeah,
then prove it to me. I'm gonna put you on the show by yourself. Let's see, can you do it?
But
average artist need another artist to open up for them.
Yeah, I agree. So when you're talking about that type of money, that's a lot of money, $5,000. So how many people should an artist be able to draw for $5,000 in your opinion, as a promoter of 30 years? How many people should they be able to draw for $5,000? Because the average ticket price in your area is what, $25, $30?
25 now, they up to 35 now.
Okay. But let's use a round number, 30. So $5,000 at $30 a ticket. They should be able to draw what? 300 people?
They need to draw at least 300 to 500 people a piece, and that's to pay them. I'm trying to pay me too. So in order for it to make sense, it's got to double that amount.
So if an artist asks you for $5,000, they at least got to draw 400 to 500 people.
Yeah.
You think
400?
4 to 500 people for
$5,000.
300 to 400 people. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 400 people. Okay. 400 people for $5,000. So what if they ask Bessie? What if they ask for $1,000? How many people should they be able to draw? For $1,000.
I mean, $1,000. I mean, what, about 100 people?
About 100 people. Okay.
About 100.
Yeah. Okay. So let's talk about track shows versus band shows. Which do you prefer and why?
I prefer band. I feel like the track shows is kind of like we have to deal with it right now because that's what's in. But I don't personally like track shows. I love live entertainment. I love a band, and you really get the opportunity to see the artist showmanship when they perform with the band as well, and you get more for your money.
So do you think that artists ask too much money for a track show?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. Because I mean, but a lot of folks, some artists, to my opinion, don't need a band. Like Pokey don't need a band, in my opinion. I've seen them with a band, without a band. Sir Charles Jones don't need a band. That's just my opinion.
I mean, Big Allen, I've seen him perform without a band. An excellent guy without a band.
Yeah.
They can make financial sense. Why should I have to pay you $10,000 to sing off a track?
Yeah.
I mean, it's just too much money for me.
That's the nature of the game, though. That's just what Southern Soul is. The nature of the game is track.
I mean, how many people can sit there and say that, hey, you can actually go somewhere? If I called you, I'm sorry, you guys, I'm moving this thing. If I called you and say, wish I had this to happen. I called the guy and I said, he wanted 6,500.
Yeah.
I said, well, my budget is 5,500. Would you take that? I don't need you to perform for 30 minutes. And he declined it. That's fine. He had the right to decline it. But where can you go in the United States and sing somewhere for 30 minutes and make $5,500?
Live, how you live?
He turned you down for 55.
Yeah.
He wanted 65, but she said she had 55.
He's the dumbass.
Yeah. My thing is this right here. This is what I don't know if you watch my podcast, but I say it quite often. Principle is everything when it comes to certain things, right? So if you're an artist and this is all you do to make a living or earn a living, okay. A lot of times, and I tell people all the time, when you go to a car dealership, they have their price, they have their sticker on the window. That's what they want. But if you got the money for this, they're going to take this because they're still going to make a profit in moving that car. When you purchase a house, the house might be $500,000. If you go in there and say, hey, can you get it to me for $480? And they got $320 in the house, they'll be a fool because how many people are going to walk in there with $480,000 in credit to purchase at home? So they already know what they have into it. So if you're an artist and you sitting at home, and you don't have nothing to do with somebody, and you say your price is $6,000, somebody say they have $4,000. Okay, I understand what your principles are, but a lot of them can't afford to have that principle because they're not on a lot of shows anyway. I can name a whole bunch of artists who can stand on principle. They get what they ask every time, and they are booked. They are booked throughout the year. But some of these people ask for a certain amount of money. I'm looking at them like, first of all, I've seen your shows. I come to the shows. I watch the shows on Facebook. I watch them. I come to them. So I don't know, man. I shake my head sometimes. Some people say it's principle. Okay, that's fine. But then again, I've had that incident happen to me too, where somebody wanted X amount of dollars, and I said, no, this promoter has this, and they said no. Then they called me back a week later and said the offer still stands. I was like, I called the promoter. He said, no, I done booked 3 people now. I done booked 3 other people. So I get what you're saying too. Some of the stuff to me just don't make any sense.
It don't. It doesn't.
Yeah. So let's talk about this right here.
Okay.
Booking the same artist. I hear this all the time as a promoter that it's not the fans that say it, it's the artists that say it. Why the promoters book the same people, right? Because I got fans here that tell me if I brought certain artists here, they don't give a damn, they'll pay to see them every month. But they don't want to see some of these other artists. They can't draw on a piece of paper. So how do you feel about that when artists tell you, or I'm pretty sure it's not the fans, when they tell you, why are you booking the same people all the time? How do you respond to that as a promoter?
Well, in Mobile, they kind of outspoken. So Mobile like seeing different people, but they like seeing different people that hadn't been here that's hot. That's no new people.
Okay, that's hot. Yeah. It's hot though.
Yeah, that's hot. Okay. So they don't like keep seeing the same people, but they want to see new people with hit songs. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So it's kind of like it.
They want to see. Okay, so for instance, you said new people. So how many new people gonna come out with a hit song besides King George? King George came out with 4. So what new artist has come out with just a hit song that people want to see besides King George in the last year?
I mean, like what's his name? I'm not. All these new artists, a lot of them coming out so much, but they got good songs.
I'm talking about with hit songs. I ain't talking about good songs. I'm talking about hit songs that's played on the radio.
That's kind of nationwide, that's hot like that. Well, King George came out swinging now. King George came out ready. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of hard to compare somebody to King George.
It ain't that many. My point is, Bessie, it's not that many that come out, new artists that come out with hit songs like that is played on the radio. It's not that many.
It's not a lot of artists that comes out with hit songs like that.
No.
You know what I'm saying? But some of them have hit songs that can be played. Just like Arthur Young came out pretty good. That Funky Party did.
Yeah, that was a hit song.
Yeah.
That was a hit song. It's a difference between a hit song and a good song. Because Arthur Young was played on the radio. Arthur Young was actually requested. Just like Jay Moore's group. They had a hit song. They was requested. See, a lot of people have hit songs that are being requested. So these people have good songs that think they're great songs are not being requested. Those are the ones who are disgruntled. Those are the ones who talk to promoters all the time or get or get fans to tell promoters bring this person, or get fans to come on live and talk trash about what promoters doing. But what they don't understand is it's a business. Why would I bring? And matter of fact, let me ask you a question. How do you feel about artists doing promos? Would you allow them to be on your stage do a promo?
Yes, they should be on the stage doing the promo. Why not? But I would like to see them prior to them doing a promo. I wouldn't want to, just get on the stage. Hey, I just came in from out of town and pass me a CD. Then you get on stage and be trash. You know what I'm saying? But if you a good artist and you got a good product, why not? I mean, they're gonna have to. I'm a firm believer in giving artists a fair chance. That's why I started. I was, like I said to you yesterday, I'm the first one that brought TK Soul and Vince Hutchinson and some more people from back in the day to Mobile to give them opportunity. Now I don't even have to do that anymore because they hot. Or people automatically want them to come here. You know what I'm saying? That's because I gave them an opportunity to showcase their talent. So I feel like, yeah, they need to do a promo. But not by my expense.
Not by your expense. Not by your expense, you say? Live, you got a question?
Oh shit.
What's wrong, Live?
Okay, so let me ask you this question right here. Since Live ain't on the question, let me ask you this question right here. Okay. Female promoters versus male promoters in Southern Soul. Do they get treated different?
I think females get treated different, period, in this industry.
Yeah.
For as promoter, for as the artist, any of that. I think we all get treated different.
Okay, so you as a female promoter, how do you compare yourself to other female promoters in Southern Soul?
I never try to compare myself to nobody because I really don't know that many female promoters personally. So I really can't answer that question because I just know that I've been in the industry long enough. I know a lot of people, you know what I'm saying? I'm already kind of established with people, so I don't kind of compare myself with other female promoters and how they handle their business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Do you think every promoter, now you're a promoter, you think every promoter is professional over in Southern Soul?
No.
You don't?
No.
Okay. Explain that.
Some are just not. Some are just not professional. Some handle business wrong. Some don't know how to talk to artists or people, period. You know what I'm saying? Some feel like because they holding the money bag that they can handle you in the kind of way that's just unfair to me. But it's just my opinion.
Do you feel the promoter is the boss once he book artists?
Over the show, yes.
Yeah. Over everybody that's on the show.
Yeah, I mean, of course, they got to dance by your music for us, the timing that you want them there, this, that, and another. Yeah, on that accord, yes.
But what's the other accord?
I'm saying, like, if the way you said, like, if you hire them, you're gonna tell them the time that you want them to perform. You know what I'm saying? The date, this, that, and another. For us, before us respecting and handling them in any kind of way. That's what I'm saying. You can't just talk to people in the kind
of way. That's part of anything. If you're a professional, you're gonna handle people professional. If you're just a jerk, I don't give a damn what you do. You're gonna be a jerk. Period.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is. Like Donald Trump. Donald Trump he's a billionaire, but he's a jerk. So I'm pretty sure his ass was a jerk before he even got money. But I hear this. I hear a lot of times. And you've been in the game for a long time. Say like for instance, if you told a artist your sound check is at 2:00 and they say they're not going to be there till 3, how would you handle that as a promoter of that show?
Well, if I'm not there and he missed the sound check, he just won't get the sound check.
He just won't get the sound check.
No, I mean, if I'm over and I haven't said it at a certain time, I mean, just won't do a sound check. Whoever that came in, they did the sound check. So whoever that came in and did the sound check, you got to trust them that it sounded good to them, and that's how you got to roll. Because we have a schedule, that's why we timed it.
So you don't require artists to do a sound check?
Well, I'm just not getting back into the game of that's what mainly my sound guys be on it. Here in Mobile, they make sure they do the sound check and all that stuff.
Because well, a lot of promoters, a lot of artists feel they don't need a sound check, but when their music is messed up, because a lot of them don't hire a sound guy, they hire a DJ. See, I hire a sound guy. So then when the sound is messed up, they want to blame the DJ or the sound people when they miss sound check. So I require them to do a sound check. I don't care if it's for 2 seconds or 5 minutes or whatever. I just require that. So it won't be no
That's a
issue.
good thing.
Yeah, so it won't be no issues. It won't be no issues. It won't be no issues with your USB. Because if you don't do a sound check and you get up there with the USB that you had in your pocket all day in your car, what if the shit don't work? Come showtime.
Does that? Kev, does that require also with the headliner?
You mean? Yeah.
So your headliner say, man, I'm running a little late. I can't be there till 2 to 3 to get the sound check.
Yeah. Well, his deal. So say like for instance, I do my sound check probably about 3 o'clock. So normally if I got 4 or 5 artists, they're gonna be there for a while. So if they're gonna do a sound check before they get on the stage, my sound guy is gonna be there to make sure their music is straight because it's my show. So I run the sound check, but they're not gonna tell me I'm gonna be there 2 or 3 hours later. That ain't gonna work.
3 hours later, yeah, this ain't gonna work.
That's not gonna work. So when you got paying customers out there, I don't give a damn who it is. It could be Michael Jackson or Prince. You need to get up there and do a sound check. If you're giving somebody, if you're doing a track show, or if you got your band, you want to make sure all your instruments are geared up to that sound, man. You want to make sure all your stuff sound right because you can't get up there and then say that, oh man, this stuff's not sounding right when your ass missed sound check. That's all the part about being professional. I don't care who it is.
Exactly. And then too, your sound is gonna matter to the whole. It's gonna tell you how your show gonna go.
Of course, because I tell you what,
sound sounds like trash. I mean, the show gonna be trash.
I can put Arthur Young. I could put Tucker, Calvin Richardson, Sir Charles. I put all of them on the show. Right? If the sound messed up, the show is trash. The show is trash. They don't care. These paying people do not care. They want your sound to be right. So yeah, I don't care who it is. They have to do a sound check, man. They have to do sound check because you're an artist. So you do track shows and you got your music on the USB, right? So what you got to get that to the DJ or the sound man. So what if you brought the wrong one? What if you mistakenly just brought the wrong one? And now it's time for you to get up there and perform. Now this guy got your USB. Now it's all jacked up. Now what you gonna do? Now you gotta go a cappella. You know what I'm saying? So I just think that's very important. That's one of my pet peeves that I require people to be at sound check.
Yes.
What you got some on that line?
Oh yeah, sound check is very important. Very important. I was just asking on the just what according to the artist level or whatever. Is it are they gonna get put off the show or what is what's
are you crushing this man?
Well, the thing I go to the Blues All Right tour. I go and Julius run that. So everybody doing sound check at Blues All Right. Search all of them up there doing sound check.
Everybody do sound check.
Yeah, everybody do sound check. Even at my show, I done book search all of them. They come to sound check. They come and make sure their music is right because that's a requirement. That's a requirement for me. And you shouldn't have to put that in somebody's contract to say, hey, do sound check. If you're a professional artist. If you're a professional artist, you want your music to be professional.
That's true. That's true.
Oh yeah, yeah. But some things, like I said, it's just an unwritten rule. To me, as a damn promoter, it's unwritten rule on how I'm supposed to treat the artist. I'm supposed to get you a hotel. I'm supposed to do all that stuff. That's an unwritten rule. I'm not going to bring you to my city and you don't have nowhere to sleep or nothing like that. That's just unwritten rule. You don't have to tell me to do that. I'm going to do that. Now, so you need 9 rooms. That ain't happening. No, that ain't going to work. No, that ain't gonna work. You ain't get no damn 9 rooms for a track show. You ain't get no 9 rooms for a band.
I never understood that. They want 5, 6 rooms, 9 rooms. I'm like, wait a minute.
Because some of them got drivers and they got their cousins. They got all this. No. That ain't gonna work. No, that's not gonna work. It has to be reasonable. I don't mind accommodating, but it has to be reasonable. It has to be reasonable. And it has to pass the common sense test. So, Bessie, let me ask you this right here. Female artists. What's your you got top 3 female artists, top 5, top 2? Who you have?
I hate to single out like top whatever.
There have to be no certain order. I'm just saying.
Okay, but I'm just gonna give you a few of them that I was just okay. I love Karen Wolf, of course. Lacey, Toya Jones, Miss Lady Blues. Mm-hmm. Of course, Morocco, my girl, Lady T, you know what I'm saying? And, I like gender. It's a whole lot. Miss Pat, it's Connie. I like a lot of female. I like all the female artists for real. You know what I'm saying?
So you like all the male artists too?
I work with a lot of them, but I like their music.
You like all the male artists too?
No.
You don't?
No.
Why you like all the females, not all the males?
I mean, I like all the females. I say I like all the females, like all of them. But I don't have no issue. I try my best not to have no issue with nobody. They have issue with me. That's on them. Let them work it
out. Who's your favorite male artist you have in your playlist?
Right now, I am wearing out Jay Hammer.
Jay Hammer? Yeah, he's pretty good. That's the only one you wearing out, just Jay Hammer?
I've been listening to King George. I've been listening to David J. Drop It Baby, Mr. Campbell. You know.
What do you think about King George? He's new. What do you think about it as a promoter? What do you think about King George?
I don't have anything to think about for him because I don't know King George. I know that I never had the opportunity to meet him yet. Whatever he's doing, he needs to keep doing it. You know, the devil's busy. People gonna come for you in any kind of angle, any kind of way. So you just got to let it roll off your shoulder and keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? So I wish him the best.
I think he is what Southern Soul needed.
We needed something fresh and something new. And
he brought a new vibe. He's brought a new vibe up here. He's young, you know. So of course he needs some polishing a little bit. But I think he's what Southern Soul needed right now. You know, now Southern Soul. You know, and hopefully, you know, it might. Yeah, he might open doors for more people. You know, for Southern Soul to go a different route. You know, you never know because everybody's singing his songs. I mean, shit, he got 4.
Everybody's singing the song. Even the children, the grandmamas, the uncles, the daddies. Everybody's singing it.
Yeah. So let me ask you this question right here. Let's talk about character. Do character matter to you before you book an artist?
Yes.
It does. Yes. So we'll say what if you have one of the greatest artists that ever was in Southern Soul, but they have poor character? Would you book him, he or she?
Nope.
Even if the fans want to see them? I agree. I'm the same way. Character matters to me. Yeah, if you got a piss poor character, that's gonna rub off on everybody that's there. It's gonna rub off on everybody that's there.
I had a artist to do. I had a lady came in from out of town, or actually, there's several incidents with this particular artist, and one man came in all the way from Arkansas to see him, and he was only 5 feet away, and he was just he wanted to meet this guy, and he wouldn't come over there and meet him, and I thought that was distasteful, and I was disappointed, and my feelings were hurt for the man. Then I seen him do it again to another handicapped artist, another handicapped fan. He did it again, and it was very disappointing that somebody, you know, these are the people that's supporting this, buying your tickets, that's buying your music, and that's the way you're acting now. Back in the day, I'm going to go back in the day.
Okay.
What made me have so much respect for Marvin Cease? It used to be a white lady used to come out there all the time. She ain't got pissy drunk at the show. And you can see it. It was plain today that she was, you know, not clean. But she was so happy to see Marvin Cease walking through there. And she was screaming, trying to get to him. And he stopped and took a picture with her. He seen it all. And that just went a long way for me because he didn't have to do that. But that showed character. And you know what I'm saying? And he didn't judge her. And that's what we need to do as far as promoters, as far as artists, managing artists, and this, that, and another. Your fans are the one that makes it break you.
Yeah, I do it all the time. I take pictures with everybody that come up and say, "Hey, Kevin, how you doing?" I'm like, "Hey." We watch off the record. I'm like, "Oh, okay. Can we take a picture?" I'm like, "Sure." I mean, because I don't be knowing. Hell, I don't know who they are. If they come up and talk, I'm like, "Okay, that's cool. I'll take a picture. I ain't tripping." You know, they use their phone. But look, somebody get mad. Ain't gonna say who get mad because they be asking her to take the picture. And she be like, "Look, I ain't taking too many more pictures now. I ain't gonna be holding my phone. I ain't gonna say who it was."
And sometimes it be when y'all don't take a lot of pictures.
So let me ask you this question right here. It's a little bit personal. So you married, right?
Yes, I am.
So do your husband get upset? You're a female promoter, so do you go out by yourself? Do your husband come with you, or do he be concerned about your health, and stuff like that? Or why you laughing?
He's laughing. He's in the background laughing.
Hey, yeah, husband, I'm talking about your husband. I mean, do he give you some advice before you go on the road if he don't go with you? Do y'all have those conversations before you leave and go on the road?
Well, lately he had been. He used to go with me a lot, and so I hadn't been going a lot of places lately because I've been having a lot of weddings and
Okay.
I decorate and I cater too. So we had been on the road a lot. I have been sending my road managers and stuff out. But when we do go, things, we talk, and if something that happens
Yeah.
that we don't, he didn't care for, I didn't care for, we just discuss it when we get home.
Gotcha. So he don't be hating on you like my wife be hating on me, huh? When
Yeah,
the
he
mail.
do. He'll hate him. I know
Oh,
her
he be
husband hate him. I wish I could take a picture of how he look. He'll hate him. Sip on my tea.
If you hate, so look, basically, let me ask you this question right here. Let's talk about is it a certain criteria artists have to have before you book them?
No, like I said, I had last couple of years, I was determined to get out the industry. It was just it had really got to me emotionally, physically, and I was just stressed out. You know what I'm saying? Because I lost a lot of good artists that I truly love. I had became very close to them, and that was Jack and Neil. May she rest in peace. Reggie P, Katrina Jefferson. And these was my that was my family. And then James Payne passed away, and these are artists that I had relationships with. We stayed at each other. They stayed at my house. I stayed at theirs. We broke bread together, and then with all the drama that was coming along with rumors and lies, and just like this Erica lady over here talking about, do whatever. I see it, stuff like that. You just have to look over.
Yeah.
Because 10 out of 10, I don't even know who she is. Never did business with her.
Yeah.
But that don't surprise me that somebody would get on there and do anything like that. That's to each his own. She had to work it out because I don't know Erica. Never did a contract with her. And if she talk about, for as my artist is concerned, all my artists will tell you that I don't do contract with as far as managing them, because when you pick up an artist,
I want to see your left eye. I need to see your other eye.
Okay. When you pick up an artist,
right there. Okay.
When you pick up an artist, you don't know them and they don't know you. You don't know how good y'all gonna work together. And Dr. D is on here. He can tell you. I think one of my other artists is on here. They'll tell you. I can as they tell them. I don't want to sign a contract with you for as being your manager off the top before for a year until I know how you work. I need to know you having problems. You know what I'm saying? This, that, and other. And then I need to know how you work and how you do your stage presence. People change on you. So no, I don't do contracts with my artists after the top. I wait a year before I do that. But however, Erica, if you sit there and you pay any attention, ain't there one of my artists ever left me. Every artist I ever had, I had from day one. They never left, unfortunately, unless they died.
So you have so you establish a professional / personal relationship with your artist.
Yes, I do. Okay. Because I need to know what's going on at home. I need to know everything. And see, that's what people that don't know me, they always assuming stuff and want to put things out and lies and this, that, and another. I can't entertain all of that. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome to the Black community. That's what they do. That's what they do. You got to take the good with the bad. Whenever you're doing good, it's always some bad gonna come upon you. You already know that. And whenever you're doing bad, it's that people want to kick you down while you're down. That's just embedded in the Black community. I don't know why, but it shouldn't be that way. You had a question, Lion?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I understand what she's saying. There's always going to be people out there talking, thinking they know you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So keep going and do your thing. So, like I said, I didn't know who the lady was. She's on here doing all of that.
Yeah, but one thing about me, I never read the comments while I'm live. Because people.
She keeps saying something about I don't do contracts.
Yeah, that's fine. I never read that. And what I do at the end of my live, I remove the negativity anyway. So let me ask you this question right here. Let's talk about prices. Let's talk about money earned before and after the show. Should the promoter make more than the artist on the show? In your opinion?
Of course. That's a question. That's a real question. Are we being funny?
That's a real question.
No.
Yeah. Should they?
Why would I sit here and say, okay, I'm just going to give live with this money, give that money, just to give my money away? And the whole reason why we throwing the show is to make money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But
yeah, supposed to make more money.
Would part of that be you studying who you bring to a show in which area? Would that be part of the process? Because there's a lot of times, I'm telling you, it's a lot of times you got a lot of promoters that do shows and put their face on the flyer and lose every time. It seems like they don't care. You know, they just want to do a show. They just want to do a show.
That's them that want their name known. Some people will do that just to keep their names going, just to be relevant. I'm not trying to be relevant. Honestly, if we come together, I'm glad you said that. If we come together as a whole, especially here in Mobile, if in Mobile, Alabama, I'm throwing a show June 11th. I got Labrado, Vic Allen, Solomon Thompson, Lady T, Miss Mary hosting. We got another show, even 7 days later, right at 7 days later, called Blues on the River.
Okay.
The same day, ain't even 20 miles away, you got a whole nother show with LJ Eckers and all them. Make it make sense. I feel like the promoters need to get together and say, and I know I'm asking for a miracle.
Yeah.
And say, Bessie, hey, I'm doing a show in June. You got anything planned? If not, I'm going to do something. You know what I'm saying? We need to start trying to team up and let each other know what we have going on instead of splitting the city up and stepping on each other's toes. It's getting to the point where it's just so disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Because we got like literally 3 shows within 1 week in Mobile. And all 3 of the shows are off the chain. Good shows. I mean, very nice shows. But we splitting the city up. You know what I'm saying? And we can't. I don't have an issue with nobody. I would support anybody that don't. You know, they respect me. I respect them. Majority of the promoters here in Mobile to tell you they call on me. I'm available. I will help them. You know what I'm saying?
So,
but at the same time, the respect needs to be given the same way when it comes down to minds as well. You know. So, but we keep stepping on each other's toes. We split the city up. Everybody can eat.
So, do you put that onus on the artist or the promoter?
I'm gonna put that on the promoter.
So you don't think the artist should know better?
Well, if the artists don't know, okay, like the 3 shows I told you we got coming up in Mobile.
Okay.
It's none of the same artists on none of the shows.
Gotcha.
For one.
Okay. Gotcha.
Number 2, now if an artist is on the same show, like doing my show, then 2 weeks later he's on the other show, then that's something different.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But like me, I didn't know that they was doing a show June the 18th. It came to me through somebody sent it to me. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like we need to talk for as promoter. Everybody that's a promoter that's in that city need to respect each other. And say, hey, let's do this. I'm planning on doing the show in June. You got something coming up? So well, I can do mine in August. You know what I'm saying? Therefore, we won't step on each other's toes. I still say that's too soon to be doing shows back to back. But Mobile is known to do shows every week now. You come to Mobile and probably catch a show.
So let me ask you this question as a promoter. Okay, you have a show. We'll say you book artists on the show for you.
Yes, got it.
So we'll say you book a show. You book 4 artists on the show for you, right? And we'll say your show is in August, right? So 1 or 2 of those artists show up within a 10-mile radius of your show. Right? How would you feel about that?
I wouldn't like that.
Yeah. Why?
And that's why I said let's go back to the old school ways, because when we used to do shows back then, you can come to the city 3 months prior to my event. Just say if I had the show coming up 3 months prior to the events, we can even push it down to 2 months, 60 days. Just don't come that way knowing that I already have you on the show, especially if I already booked you and then you have your deposit.
I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
You finally got a question for me.
Yeah. So you say the artist can't perform within 10 miles, whatever that is. But what if the artist is not as big on your ticket, and the artist he ain't got nothing to do. He really ain't the one they coming to see.
That's not true. How you know he ain't coming to see you?
You know what I'm saying? But listen, that artist is promoting himself, telling people that you're about your show, getting other people to come to that event that wasn't coming to your event. Now they're coming to your event. Now that artist done made you money, and he done promoted himself. But he's not your headliner. He's not your headliner, though. He's not your headliner.
But if you know that you're on my show, you shouldn't come to the city. You talking about in the same city that I already got you on the show?
Yeah. What I'm saying, he's not your headline. He's not your draw. He's just your fill-in artist.
I mean, honestly, I would want none of my artists to come in prior to my shows.
Wow.
I just wouldn't want.
Why is the artist that trying to get somewhere gonna promote himself? And he done got you with 10, 20 more people to come to your show that wasn't coming to your show.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. So just say, for instance, you did come to the city prior to the event that I already hired you to do. Are you coming to just to promote, sell CDs, and talk about my show? Or are you coming there to perform? But if you're coming there to the city to perform before my show, then you're gonna have a problem with that.
No, it's a both. You just gained people that wasn't coming to your show. How that's not a plus for you as a promoter?
Okay, let me go ahead.
How that's not a plus?
Okay. Now this is the way I see that right there. Okay, how many states do we have in the United States? We have 50 states, right? We have, according to 2018, the Census Bureau, we have 19,495 cities, and out of those cities, you have 15,000 with less than 5,000 people. So why would I book you in Killeen, Texas, and in the whole state of Texas, just one state, you got 49 more other states? Then why would you come within 60 days or 90 days on the show? I already got you.
I understand listen to me. As an artist, I understand if I'm your headline and I'm making.
It don't matter. But see, you keep saying headline, but listen to this right here. You keep saying headline. Okay, so say like, for instance, if it's you on the show, if you got P2K, Tucker, and Cal Richardson, okay, y'all on the show coming to K Young Production. Okay, so you come in the city within 10-15 minutes 2 times before my show, right? So you don't know all Calvin Richardson, P2, all them other people been on shows too. So the first thing they say, the people say, and you don't know this because you're not in people's mind, say, you know what? Well, damn, I just seen Calvin last week. I just seen so-and-so. I just seen live, tried to see P2K. So I'm not going to go to that show. So you can't say, because you're not the headliner, nobody's coming to see you. You can't say that because you're not a promoter.
I'm just saying, if I'm putting it in promoters' terms.
Yeah.
If I'm a promoter and an artist that's not as big as my headline,
you keep saying, but he's still an artist. It doesn't matter.
If I'm the artist and the artist is not as big as my headline,
it don't matter.
The reason why I'm not going to sell some tickets, you don't know that though. Anyway, Cam.
Well, how do you know that? How do you know
you don't have a show? You just said it, Cam. You just said if Cam and Tucker.
But how do you know that? Live, you got fans. Don't you got fans? You have fans too, don't you?
I understand, but if you don't gain 4, 5, maybe 6 other people that wasn't coming to that show,
you don't know that. Wow. You don't know that.
That's what I'm saying. You
don't know that though.
You contradict.
But my point. But no, I'm not. My point is that, like I said, it's 19,495 cities in the continental United States.
Yeah,
why would you want to come? Why would you want to come within that same damn city, 10-15 miles away from that promoted show when you already booked on that show? That don't make no sense.
Because I'm an up and coming artist. I'm gonna be on the biggest
somewhere else. Then
I'm gonna be on a bigger stage.
No,
I'm promoting myself. I'm letting these people know.
Self-serving. That's self-serving. Like that's self-serving yourself. It's self-serving. Okay, let me ask you this question right here. Okay, so what if you come within 10-15 minutes and it's a free show? You do that show for free, but you're on a paying show. So you're gonna sacrifice the paying show for a free show, a promo show?
Everything artists do ain't for free.
Okay, so if you're not getting paid, that ain't
everything
free.
Artists do not for free. He has made some type of arrangement to.
No. Listen to this right here. No. This is where we split hairs. When you talking about he made some type of arrangement, I'm talking about the promoter paying you. I'm not damn the arrangement. I'm talking about the promoter paying you. So if you made arrangement to get yourself there, then that's on you anyway. So you're gonna go do a free promo show on your arrangement versus $1,000 that this guy done booked you on the show that you know you're gonna get paid, plus you're gonna have your arrangement to get there. Hold up. So you would tell me it'd be self-serving for you to promote yourself further within that 10-15 miles of 19,495 cities. At
the end of the day, if a promoter put a show on and he got headliners on there that's gonna make his money. He shouldn't matter.
It's about respect and principle.
A person in a fill-in card, come on and go do something to get him some more money. And both
I wouldn't dare want to take any money.
I would disagree with you on that, bro.
I would love to see you eat, but why did you choose a week before, 2 weeks before my show to come do it? I mean, if you wanted to come in that location, why didn't you do a month or two prior to the event? I mean, why you chose a week before the event to go out to,
no, it's just okay.
We don't want you to eat. Of course, we want you to eat. That's why we booked you. You know what I'm saying?
10 to 15 people wasn't coming to the show. That's coming.
You don't know. You can't say that though. Can you say that definitively that they weren't coming?
Yeah.
No, you can't.
They're not coming now.
I'm saying, but you can't say that though.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, that's your opinion. You can't say that definitively they're not coming live. You can't say that, man. See, that's
my question, Ms. Stokes.
Well, I just said that was your question. Okay. Well, I disagree, and she disagrees, so you lose on that one. Let's talk about indoor outdoor shows, Miss Bessie. Do artists ask you, is it an indoor outdoor event, and they base their price on that? And if so, how do you feel about that?
I mean, like, what's the difference? I mean, you gonna do the same performance in the same time. What difference does it make?
It's gonna be hotter outside though.
I was just saying, like, I don't know. So,
but look, I get the same questions, man. They say, "Hey, they'll say,
cocktail, because this is some tea right here."
Hey, look, I get the same question. I'm like, okay, so they'll say, "How big is the venue?" Okay, why does that matter? If it's 10, if it's 10,000 or 2. Why does it matter how many people it's gonna see? Why does it matter?
They count them dollars. They count them dollars. They're trying to get some of them dollars too.
But why would you count somebody else's dollars when you already got paid? You already got paid. So look, so when they go build a house, right? And you pay that $500,000 for the house, they didn't pay that when they built this house. They didn't pay no $500. That's their price. That's what they want. So they didn't pay that. So of course, they want to turn a profit. So the same thing with a promoter. A promoter going to get all these venues and all this stuff. The budget is factored in, for everybody to get paid. So you can't sit up here and say, are you going to get a promoter back money when there's 5 people in there? Hell no, they're not. So why would you want the promoter to give you some more money if the promoter went out and drove and with this gas money, put his damn team on the ground to go and get 2,000 people in there? I just think it's just a dumb way of thinking when it comes to business. I just think it's just greed. It's just greed, and you can't count nobody's money. Matter of fact, it just happened to a promoter down there in Mississippi. My nephew rented a space down there from a guy, and since he had about 3,000 people out there, he had a price last year, so the price didn't triple, and he want the parking too. That's dumb. That's dumb. So now nephew done went and rented a whole nother venue. Now you don't get nothing on the damn field. It's just gonna sit there and let cows eat the grass. It don't make no sense, man. It don't make no sense. It just don't make no sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. So let me ask you about okay. So when you promote your shows, do you allow artists just to show up to your shows for free if they're unannounced and don't call you? They just come to your show for free?
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I do. I don't charge artists for coming into the show. If I'm having an event and the artist think enough of me, because I have had several artists, J Red and a whole bunch of artists that came was at events not far from my location and just dropped in and stopped in, and I didn't charge them. Now I'm gonna charge the people that's with them, but the artists themselves, I'm not gonna charge.
So you're gonna charge who the like if they come with an entourage? What if they come with one person?
One person got to pay.
Yeah, I think that's good as far as if artists in the area, if they're gonna come show support, if they had a show, locally in your area, I think it's good they to show up, and show support and stuff. But that's support. Why are you laughing? What's wrong?
These comments, these folks crazy.
What they saying on there?
Yeah,
what they say?
You have to read it.
I go back after the show. I go back after the show and I read all the comments. So look, y'all have any questions for Bessie, Miss Bessie? Y'all can ask your questions on here. Y'all have any questions?
They have any questions? I'm looking, y'all. I'm asking everybody a question, but then whoever this Erica lady is, because baby, you're not going to stress me out today. I'm going to sip on my tea. Yes. Get your stuff.
Hey, somebody, yeah, you're right, Chris. They said, how would an artist even know what the promoter's profit margin is? Oh, trust me, they know. They know what the artist booked them for. And like I said, they mathematicians just like promoters are. They know. They know it. But they shouldn't be concerned with that. It shouldn't be concerned because I'm not concerned if I give an artist, X amount of dollars. I'm not concerned if they don't draw that amount. If I lose, I'm not concerned about that. I mean, they just won. I mean, I just lost on that show. I'm not concerned about that. Let me see who else. Bessie, you're awesome manager. Somebody said you're awesome manager.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back and read some of them, see if I see any questions.
Let me see.
I'm trying to go back now.
Her philosophy is too.
Stokes, hey, let me get my little question out. So, what was the biggest concert you did, Miss Stokes?
You know what? Oh, that's so long ago.
Like, who was the artist on there? Like, what was the biggest one you threw, like, that was successful and you did the thing,
We do the QV Sykes Blues Festival every year in September the 4th in Meridian, Mississippi. That's an ongoing show.
Okay.
Yes, and I always been from day one been part of Mac Daddy production with the Spring Fling. Mm-hmm. So I do when I do shows, I do kind of small shows. I don't do real big shows.
Okay.
Normally when I do big shows, I'm teaming up with somebody. Like I said, I be with Mac Daddy production. I do the Crew Week Sykes Blues Festival every year.
That was a good experience for me. My first time at the Spring Fling, it was nice. It was, what I'm saying. I love the crowd and everything. It was a good experience for me. I hope to be back.
Come back. Yeah, come back. How about us before next year now? Well, the beginning of the year.
But tell him I'm ready. I'm ready when y'all are ready.
Then we I'm teaming up with Mac Daddy Productions September the 24th. We're doing the Super Bowl in Dallas, Texas.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll check that out. So you part of the Spring Fling?
Yeah, from day one.
So let me ask you a question. Okay, so how do y'all budget for? How many artists do y'all budget for yearly on that? Or it varies?
Well, it varies. It might be like the same artists every year. Bigger artists, he'll throw in some new cats and here and there. But his budget is normally set. Mainly for 10 artists.
So is it true? It's 10 artists. No, y'all always have more than 10 artists on it.
It's always it's budget for 10.
Okay. So is it fair to say that a lot of people don't get paid to be on that platform?
Some of the people that grace the stage, they just doing promo work.
Yeah. Now, I'm just asking you because I've heard, do some artists pay to be on that platform? Do y'all charge artists to pay to be on that platform?
No, I never heard. No, I don't know.
Okay. That. So yeah, that was just something that was said. So,
no.
So what's y'all daily average yearly on that show?
I'd rather not say.
I'm just saying, I know it's a lot. I know it's at least 20, 15, 20, 30. I mean, I just a
guesstimation. The people?
Yeah, the people. The people.
How many people that goes out? Yeah. I thought you were saying the finances.
No, the people.
Between 20 to 30,000.
Wow, that's a lot. That's a lot. Now, how long y'all been doing that?
27 years. 26, 27 years. Yeah.
Man, that's a good
started, when we first started out, we had a few hundred people. We didn't have a lot of people at first. It grew up into that. It grew. We had bad days and and good days.
Tell Kev it was 10,000 at 10 o'clock.
No, it wasn't.
So
it was 10,000 by 11 o'clock, wasn't it?
It was still a lot of people. It was thousands of people still out there.
I would give about 3 or 4.
I don't be watching the numbers like that, but it was still pretty packed. But a lot of people did leave at the same time.
No, I'm talking about 10 and 11 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Was it not 10,000 people out there?
It was about 10. Yeah. It might be more than that. You didn't realize too. We have all the people in the RVs and all that stuff. They stay the night. They come in that Friday night. So around by 10, it's packed.
Yeah. Hey, somebody asked a question. Do all promoters have contracts with the artists on shows? They asked me and you that. You want to answer that? You get a contract on every artist on the show?
Yeah, some artists, yes. Majority of the time you're supposed to, and it's best that you do. Yeah, but some shows we don't.
Yeah.
I have not. If I have a relationship with them, sometimes if I don't do contracts with them. They just put some together.
Yeah.
I have them.
I say the same thing. A lot of artists, I'm talking about a lot of professional artists. I don't do. I'm not doing a contract for $50 or $100. You can forget it. I'm not doing no contract for that. I can just pay
some
you
artists we don't do contracts with, and some we do. It depends on the relationship we have with them. So
yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, there's a lot of artists I got a professional relationship with because I know they're professional. I know they say they're gonna be here. I know they said they're gonna do exactly what they're gonna do, and they know I'm gonna have their money. Whether I take a loss or not, I'm gonna have their money. So, who was that asked that question, Paula? Yeah, I do. Majority of the time, I don't have contracts. I deal with professional artists. But if you come to do a promo, if I'm gonna give you some gas money or whatever, I'm not doing a contract for no $50 or $100. I'm not doing that. I can just pay you that out of my pocket. But it is best to have contracts. That's what they say. But I've been a promoter since 2017. So we're going on 7 years now? What 5 years now. So I haven't had no bad hiccups with no artists without contracts. All of them been professional with me. Sure, no one is real legitimate. Okay, let me see. Y'all got the question. I'm reading it. Y'all better put y'all question on here. Look, Miss Bessie says she's waiting on the question. Live, you got another question while I'm looking?
Yeah, Miss Bessie, what are your, you've been in there 30 years, so you should have some good connections. So, can new artists call you and for help to get some good connections to try to help their career?
I get phone calls almost every day from artists. I can do the best I can. Some I can help. Some I be so overwhelmed with different phone calls every day. And to realize too that I have my own artists as well, so I can't help everybody. You know what I'm saying? Without helping my artists first.
Okay, right.
Hey, somebody said there are promoters and artists on power trips. Let's see. Let me see. K9 talking about be hating on Tucker. No, I don't. I don't hate on nobody. So if you don't have a hit, somebody says, so if you don't have a hit, don't mean you shouldn't be on the show. So if you don't have a hit, should they still be on the show? I agree, you should be on the show. But if you don't have a hit, then you can't walk around with your chest out like you demand some either. You still an artist, in my opinion. But if you don't have a hit song, I don't want to hear this nonsense about this enormous amount of money. You can forget it. Now I don't mind giving you a platform if your attitude is correct, if your character is intact. I don't mind that I help anybody. But if you don't have a hit song, then like I said, you don't have no bargaining power. That's just my opinion. What do you think about that, Ms. Bessie?
I'm sorry, I was reading the one by Kevin Richardson. So Phil, I meant to ask Phil about that. I still don't know what happened with the Kevin Richardson situation with Spring Clean. So I inquire about that and I'll inbox you later. What was the question?
I said, somebody said, if an artist don't have a hit, should that mean that they shouldn't be on shows? I said, no, that's not it. I mean, I think they should be on shows. How do you feel about that?
They should. I mean, every artist don't have a hit. They just have a good song. I mean, it's a nice song to be played on the radio. So I said they all need opportunity at some point. But you just can't. Every time a show comes, I mean, we can put every artist that's new on the show. You have to realize, like, during these shows, we get like 10, 15 phone calls every time a flyer drop, or just trying to get on the show. Sometimes more than that. So everybody is not going to be able to get on the show. So right. I mean, I like the small acts, you know what I'm saying? Because some of the small acts, they'll surprise you. Because like I said, even with King George, people don't realize King George been in Mobile before at Fernand's, you know what I'm saying? But when he sung the song in the club, everybody was grooving to it, but they didn't realize how big it was going to be until it became famous. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's a good performer work. If it's a good performer and good. Okay, they don't have a big hit, but they got good songs. Is that good for hiring? And is that artist good for hiring? It's a lot of artists that can perform, but they just ain't got that one. Yeah. Is there a good artist to hire?
Yes. Why not?
Yeah. So a lot of questions are relating back to R&B. They'll say, well, R&B artists don't worry about who have a show down the street. Okay, well, first of all, you can put one R&B artist on the stage, and you're going to get how many people? 3, 5, 6, 7,000 people, right? Just one R&B. Frankie Mays and Beverly. You can put Charlie Wilson with one other person. But in Southern Soul, you you're gonna have to put, 5, 6, 7 people to get those numbers, So I understand what y'all saying, but that don't correlate to me. It don't make any sense, because when you talking about R&B, you're talking about an elephant versus a damn something else over here. I mean, it's totally different, because I've been to a Charlie Wilson concert, where it was just Charlie Wilson and Joe, and the damn place was sold out. It was completely sold out, So when you say that, you can say that from a person that stand on the side that you don't have no money put up, then I would say that then. But that's a totally different animal you did on R&B. That's totally different. I guarantee you, if you put the best Southern Soul artists on the show, you put the best Southern Soul artists, and I bring in New Edition, Charlie Wilson, and just one more other person, you can put 15 Southern Soul artists on the show, and I guarantee you, them 3 artists on R&B gonna outsell them. So it's just totally different. It's totally different.
Yeah.
Y'all reading those questions, ain't y'all? See, that's y'all problem, y'all. Y'all reading those questions. Let me see.
I was trying to find some questions to answer.
Let me see. Who's that? Walt Disney. Ain't no promoter gonna tell me how to conduct my business. LOL, crazy. Okay, I guess he trying to be funny. But if you hired by that promoter, he gonna tell you when you show up to a city. Let me see. Who is this? I'm good, bro. Professional booking agents know proximity riding. You're right. Crystal Tucker said professional booking agents know that proximity riders are often standard in major scale contracts. I agree. Artists should know that too. Shit. Do you deal with Miss Bessie? Do you deal with a lot of managers?
Yeah, sometimes. Not often, because I have relationships like with our majority of the artists. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have to, normally I don't. I mean, if the manager's there, we all cool, but
yeah. Hey, Crystal Tucker said there are way too many places to be for any artist to be overlapping locations in the same genre. I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree with that. Yeah.
I agree. So let me ask you a question too. Now, do location matters for your concerts? Do location matters for your people? Because certain people won't come to certain locations. You agree or disagree? Do you take that in consideration for your book a show?
Yes, you have to. You have to.
Yeah, because if you book a show, you got church people that come to Southern Soul. So you book a show in the ghetto, they ain't coming. They're not coming. Let me see who else. As artists. How do you feel about artists that you have to call to do a drop? Do you have to call an artist to do a drop to let their fans know where they at, or should that be standard? Should that be standard? If you're gonna be on the show, then should they just do that automatically, or should a promoter have to call them and tell them?
Well, I have called and asked a lot of artists to do mine. You know what I'm saying? I can't sit there and say it's mandatory. You know what I'm saying? But it'd be nice if they would. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm not going to sit there and say it's mandatory that they should automatically do that. But if they do, I mean, thank you. It's helping promote themselves and the show.
Yeah. Crystal Tucker on here, but she's scheming. I like her. Only a big fish in a little pond with nowhere to go. Has to keep going around in the same city in the same genre. I agree.
Yeah.
Let me see. In other ways, promote.
That's that lady that copied that song, man.
Huh?
That's that lady. That's that lady that copied King George's song, man.
I thought that was Red Velvet. That's her.
Yeah. That's her. I think Crystal Tucker is Red Velvet.
Okay. Hey, Red Velvet, how you doing? Let me see.
Yeah, I like that too, Crystal. I've been playing it at my brother's spot. I like that jam.
Yeah.
I wish you would have put that "Keep on Rolling." Put that up in there. But I like you got a good clap back.
Yeah. Let me see. What is it? Inside show is a discount. So there's a headliner artist to perform in the same city.
No promoter should do a show in the ghetto. Please don't.
You said what happened? What happened?
Ghetto.
Somebody said
ghetto.
What?
What's wrong with the ghetto?
Who? Who's dressing that?
Said no promoter can just do it in the ghetto. That's where your people at sometimes.
Well, first of all, you got to take in consideration. Everybody don't come from the same background. So some people not going to the ghetto. No, people not going to the ghetto for fear of safety. They're not. They're not going to no ghetto for fear of their car being scratched up or stolen or tires. But come on, man. I mean, that's a no-brainer right there, like. I mean, I go to the ghetto, you'll go to the ghetto, but a lot of folks not going to the ghetto. They're not. They're not going to the ghetto. They're not. They're not going to no ghetto, bro. Let me see. What is it? What is a hit in Southern Soul? Okay, Rick Outlaw said, "What is a hit in Southern Soul? What make it hit? What make it a hit?" In my question is my question. What makes a hit? Y'all want to answer that? Live, what's a hit in Southern Soul? You artist.
A hit is in Southern Soul is undeniable. When you hear it, it's undeniable.
And it's played on the radio.
It's played on the radio. It's played everywhere in people's cars. It's played everywhere. You know what I'm saying? A hit is a hit. You know, when you hear it, it's a hit. Now, you know, like every artist think they song a hit. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, but a hit gonna tell off on itself. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to push a hit. A hit is a hit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They you know, people hear that song, they gonna want to play, they gonna want to play it everywhere.
Yeah.
So that's an undeniable hit.
Okay.
So you got a good song.
Yeah, go ahead.
You got a good song. Yeah, you're gonna have to push it a little more to make it a hit and let people, you know what I'm saying. But a hit song, it's just like King George, just like King George 4 songs. He came out with 1 or 2 first, but people start listening to them other 2. They like, well, hold on, dude got 4 of them out here. You know, so it's a hit is a hit, man.
Okay, so somebody had a question. This for Bessie? What are the rules, regulations, policies, and procedures for an artist you book? If you book an artist and the artist goes the day before yours and performs at another venue, is this against the promoter's rule?
Well, I guess at this point, cut down a lot of confusion. We probably need to put it in the contract. You know what I'm saying? We really don't prefer if artists come in the city prior to our event, especially if you know we have already booked you. So I'm not gonna say.
Well, I can tell you what my policy is. My policy is 90 days, 100-mile radius before my show. 90 days, 100-mile radius. You got to stay. You got to stay within. You got to stay away from my city. 90 days or 100-mile radius. Like I said before, you got 49 other damn states to go to. You got 19,495 other cities to go to. I mean, what you want to come to the same area for? I don't get it. And then do a free show or a promo show for free when that artist is paying you. Man, I mean that promoter paying you. Man, get out of here. Let me see. Location is the key. You right. We all as individuals that like different artists. So who's to say who has a hit and who doesn't? Everybody has their own taste and everything. What you say about that, Live? You artist?
What was the question?
It said we all. Somebody said we all individuals like different artists. So who's to say who has a hit and who doesn't? Everybody has their own taste in music. Everything.
You know, man, the people. Then I can't say because all artists think all artists think their music is a hit.
It's a hit.
I don't care if you go in there and make boom boom to tune tune on backwards and sing it backwards. You think your song, every artist do, but the public will tell you if you got a hit. Now the public will also tell you. The public will also tell you if you got a good song. Now there's a lot of good songs. It's a lot of good songs out here, but that hit that they gotta play, you gotta hear it in the backyard, you gotta hear it on the radio, you gotta hear it in every car. That's a mega hit. And King George got 4 of them. King George got 4.
He got 4 back to back. Yeah, you're right. You know, and it's not. Everything that I'm saying is just only my opinion in the end.
I seen somebody say, well, he was out 2 years ago and he was working those records. He got in the right person, a right situation. They heard that one song, it blew. Then everybody started listening to his other music that was good too. And it's everything, and they say, "Okay, wow, this guy, I got to play this one. I got to play this." That's just any artist right now, including me. Somebody can go blow up one of my songs can blow up right now. My other music can take off too. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? Not taking a hit is a hit. It just got to be heard.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, to me, like I said, the paying customers from a promoter standpoint, they tell me who they want to see. They tell me who they want to see. So why would I go and get somebody that the fans is not willing to pay for? I might well just go go outside and throw my money up in the air, or just give them the damn money. Nobody's coming to see them. So I try to be neutral. I try to put some great, good, and decent artists on the show.
That's what a lot of artists got a lot of good songs out there.
Of course,
that's on their albums, like 3 and 4 songs. That's what I'm saying. That's good. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, just one of them past the other don't mean all the artists are not good. I mean, I like new and old artists. It don't matter to me.
But in the end, nobody's doing no free shows. Nobody's doing no charity shows. These promoters pay for these shows. So if the fans want just put anybody on a show, just tell the artists come do a free show. They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do no damn free show. Just tell them come do a free show in your area and see what response you're gonna get. It's about business. That's what it's about. Because I'm not in the business of losing money. Shit, I got government money that I get paid once a month. That's it, and that's my damn money. And I'm not losing it. I'm not losing my money because somebody wants me to put somebody on the show that they probably won't come to the show they damn self, or even invite somebody to come to the show. And you just losing money because that 1 or 2 people want to see that person, So the fans or the paying customers have to tell the promoter, hey, this is what we want to see, and it has to be a collective effort. It can't be no 1 or 2 people. It can't be because it's business. Nobody's doing a free show. I wish I could do a charity show, but for me to do a charity show, I got to get artists that's willing to come do a charity show with me. Yeah, I'm not going to find too many of them. What they say, DJs play the songs. It can't be a hit if it don't get played. It won't be a hit. Yeah, take 50.
Yeah, the DJs play a big part of it.
Yeah,
the DJ play a really big part of it. A good known DJ can help your record. I can't say he can make it a hit, but he sure can help your record get out there and get more exposure and get heard. Because his hit.
Somebody asked a question. Do you think King George is wrong for performing 3 shows in the same city within 3 different promoters? I mean, me personally, he wouldn't perform no show for me if I'm a promoter. He wouldn't book no 3 shows in the same city where I'm at. I'm telling you, I'm as a promoter, I wouldn't do it. But I don't think he's wrong if they allow him to do it. No, I don't think he's wrong. I don't think he's wrong. If they're gonna allow him to do that, then I don't think he's wrong. Apparently, they have section of the cities that want to see him, but I wouldn't do that. And I don't think he's wrong. If he did it, I don't think he's wrong for that. I got G John, who's it? Okay, that's cool. Y'all got any more questions? Live, you got any more questions? Live, what you laughing at?
Something up on here. Somebody said.
Oh, okay. But bottom line is this right here. Now I'm just a promoter. I'm not an artist, So I can try to tell you. I think the last segment we had an artist come on here and said promoters need to humble themselves, And I said, okay, but humble ourselves. Why? Because we need to put you on a show. I mean, how do we humble ourselves as a promoter? We are businessmen. So how do we need to humble ourselves? Well, we need to just give in to you, give in to your demands, lose money because you want to be on the show. Do your own show. Do your own show. Don't beg no promoters to be on no show. Don't beg them. Just do your own show. Take your hard-earned money if you work. Take your hard-earned money, or borrow it, or do something. If you still got some PPP money left over, take your money and go to a city where you think you can make some money, and go there and do it yourself. Get your own building, get your own sign guy, get your own security, get your cleanup crew, get all that, and take a chance on yourself. That way you know your worth. But don't expect me to take my money and bank it on you when you can't draw on a piece of paper. That ain't gonna work. No, that ain't gonna work. I'm a businessman. I'm a soldier, but I'm a businessman at the same time. It ain't gonna work. Now, if we can come to an agreement that's beneficial, because see, a lot of times, Bessie, this is what they don't understand. If you got good music and nobody's never heard, you can be a diamond in the rough. You can be a diamond in the rough. So I'm pretty sure that a lot of these artists have their own CDs, they have their own memorabilia, their shirts and stuff. So if you sound good, then you go to a show, I'm pretty sure you're gonna pick up some fans if you go and do a promo show, because they're gonna want that music that they haven't heard before. So a lot of them want to come out and say, I'm new, my price is this. They shouldn't focus on that. They should focus more on getting on somebody's stage so they can get their music out. Get your music out, because that's what people want to hear. People want to hear your music. So if you get an opportunity to get on a Miss Bessie show or K9 or a Hester or a Mike or any of these promoters, get on their show, put your pride to the side, especially if nobody's playing your music, nobody's never heard of you. Put your pride to the side and get on that show. If your music is good, take you 20 CDs there at $10 a CD. That's $200.
Exactly.
And you made a name for yourself because somebody provides you opportunity to get on their stage. But stop thinking this old welfare thinking back in the day that somebody owe you something. Nobody owe you nothing. Nobody owe you nothing. Do your own show. Take your own money out of the bank and go do it. That's me, because I hate when people always sit up here. I'm a promoter. I hate when people always sit up here and try to criticize promoters. If you're an artist, you think you're that good, you're not being on the show, do your own damn show. Come to an area and I'll come support you. I'll go, hey, if I'm doing a show so-and-so, I'll come check you out. I'll do that. Ain't got no problem with that. So hold on, who's this? Yeah, you're right. Y'all got to believe in yourself. Live, you believe in yourself, don't you? You artist.
Cold-heartedly.
You have to believe in yourself. If you're doing something, I believe in my abilities as a promoter. I'm pretty sure, Miss Bessie, you believe in your ability as a promoter. You're not an artist, you're a promoter. So if you don't believe in yourself, then why even do it? Why even do it? You might as well just go stick your damn head in the damn dirt. Somebody can kick you in the ass. Your ass gonna be up in the air. You might well just go do that. If you want to complain, if you want to sit and complain all the time, don't come over here complaining. You need to be in the studio. Get in the studio, make good music, and hopefully, somebody will hear your craft, hear your music and stuff, and then somebody will book you. If not, just go to a show and say, hey man, let me do a promo. Ain't nothing wrong with that. We just so humble. I mean, we're not humble enough to say, you know what, man, I'm tired of sitting at home. Ain't nobody booking me. Man, give me a shot. Give me a shot. But I'm gonna tell y'all artists this too. And I don't mean I got a question for you, but I'm gonna tell y'all this too.
Go ahead.
Y'all better understand that promoters have a brand too. Promoters have a brand. So I'm not gonna bring nobody here that sound like somebody choking them. That ain't gonna work, because I got people that's paying. So you're not getting on my stage and sound like somebody choking you. First thing people gonna say is, you know what? I ain't never going to want a K Young production show. I done paid $40. He done put 2-3 people up there that sound like somebody choking them. Come on, man. It's enough of the nonsense. Enough of the nonsense, man. Keep it professional. I tell people all the time, when you start out professional, you're gonna end up professional. I'm professional over here. I'm gonna tell you can't sing. I'm gonna tell you what I'm not gonna pay. I'm gonna tell you that you can like it or not, because it's my money. It's my money.
But they sound like that.
Yeah, I'm just saying, man. Come on, man. Look, I want to go to the NFL. It didn't happen. So I don't get on there and write to every NFL owner and say, hey, why y'all didn't pick me? I don't do that. I don't call nobody and say, hey, I should. No, man. If I wanted to go, I wouldn't have went in the military. I would have trained and I would have went. But that's not what God had for me. That wasn't in the plans. He wanted me to be a soldier. That's what I was. So y'all need to stop exercising this petulant behavior, thinking somebody owe you something. Nobody owe you nothing. You got some great artists over here. I can name a whole bunch of them, Bessie, of great artists, man. Great artists that I think that's getting so-and-so is getting a bad rep, because you got these people out here that they can't sing. I know they can't sing. Sound like somebody choking them, and they get mad because you don't put them on no show. Go do your own show. Shit. I'm tired of this going back and forth and worry about who promoters book, and do your own show. Period. It's the end of it. But
period.
This best I got a question.
I was trying to hold that laugh in. I couldn't.
Come on, man.
They said the chocolate figure.
But see, the thing is this right here. We need to be honest in the Black community. I'm tired of people kicking a can down the road. Be honest with people. If you're a loser, you just a loser. Just tell them you a loser. Why did you do that? You a loser. Just be honest with people, man, because you give these people some false hope. Man, you sound good. Come on, man. Damn well them people don't sound good. Stop lying. Don't do it. Don't do that. Stop lying, man. Enough of that. We as Black folks need to start being honest with people. Some people might think I'm not the best promoter. That's fine. I'm not gonna argue that. That's your opinion. That's your opinion, you know. But however,
I'm gonna be real right now, man. These new artists, a lot of these new artists coming in here singing though. A lot of these newer artists that's coming, they singing. They singing for real. Like Jay and they
it's some great artists, man. It's some great artists over here, man. But I think a lot of y'all lie. I think a lot of y'all do them a disservice when y'all tell them, man, that sounds good, because y'all do it because y'all don't want to be mad. Y'all don't want people to be mad at y'all. You know.
Well, it ain't about getting mad, man. You come on, Cat. We ain't like you say all the time. Man, we gotta be around them cats. You a promoter, you at home. We gotta be around them cats, man.
But look, okay, but check this out, right? This should be an indicator right here. If you're on the stage and you see people texting on their phone, if you're on the stage performing and you see people not looking at you and texting on their phone, chances are you might need to switch another song. And time for you to wrap it up. Wrap it up. They didn't come to see you. And I'm just being honest. Y'all go to shows. Miss Bessie, you go to shows, right? So when you go to a show and you see somebody you don't like, what you do? You get them to go to the bathroom, or you go get a drink, or you text on your phone, you do something, right? So if people see that, then you need to wrap that up, you know, because your time is up. Your 1 or 2 songs is up. Don't get up there and try to, you know, sing 4, 5, 6, 7 songs, because now you're boring the hell out of people, and then you're making the real artists back there mad because now you're cutting to their time. Let's just keep it real, man. People need to keep it real, man. But like I said, they don't have no questions. People on here, can you tell me some good upcoming artists looking for some good up-and-coming artists?
Mr. Live.
I'm gonna throw all my artists in there. Then you got Lady T, we got Solomon Thompson, we got David J, Gino Wesley, we got Mr. Campbell, Toya Jones, Miss Pat. I mean, Andy Bastille.
Yeah. But here's the deal. But okay, now we have to qualify that. So how long can you be a new artist?
Hey,
you're gonna be a rookie for 1 year.
That's real.
You're gonna be a rookie for 1 year. So all these people keep talking about they up and coming. So how long? When your ass gonna be coming? When you gonna be coming? When you gonna arrive? Stop saying you up and coming after 4, 5 years. No.
Maybe yeah, you're right. After so long,
you're not new no more. Look, when you playing sports, after the first year, you're no longer a rookie. You're in your second season. You ain't no rookie no more. So these people need to stop saying all these new up and no. When you keep, how long are you gonna be up and coming? When you gonna come? When you gonna ride? When you gonna ride? You know, come on, man.
Come on, Kev.
Hey, I just tell the truth, man. I just tell the truth. I mean, yeah, people don't like it, but I don't care. But see, it's only the unprofessional people don't like it. You know, you'll never see, you know, the Tuckers, the Calvins. You know, you never see them professional artists on here that's making money, you know, disagree with what you're saying because they know you're saying that, they know you're telling the truth, because they need somebody to tell these people go sit down somewhere or wait your turn. Wait your turn. You know, you can't skip. King George skipped a whole bunch of people.
So there's King George is right on in there.
Yeah, King George is up there on the fly with Tugger, Charles, Calvin Richard. He up there with them. He done skipped a whole bunch of people and people mad. What you mad for? I mean, come on, man. That brother has talent, you know, but you do have some diamonds in the rough. You have some diamonds in the rough.
A lot of people just
you do.
Underrated, yeah.
Oh, so somebody said, do y'all consider views on YouTube when you choose an artist? No, I don't because they can be bought. That shit can be bought. No, I'm either going to your show, I'm watching the lives where you go, or I'm listening to your music. You know, that's what I listen to, and I'm watching you to see if you come on Facebook and be talking crazy about, you know, nigga this and all this other crazy stuff. I don't want the energy around me at my show, because I have professional people, you know, government people, doctors, lawyers, them type people come to my shows. I have professional people there. We don't do all that here. No, we're not in all that. So that's another thing I would advise some of y'all, you know, get off these lies on here, going off on people, then go and apologize the next day. Don't even get on here. If you don't mean it, if you know you're gonna apologize the next day. Y'all have never seen me off the record, been on this is second season. You've never seen me go on here and curse people out and talk crazy, because, you know, my dad be on my live. You know, my dad's a Vietnam vet. He watches my live, and I'm not gonna disrespect his name. I'm not gonna do that. You know, so that's another thing that keep people from getting booked. Yeah. Who's that? So who that? Man, they crazy. These people here going wild, man. How you buy? I don't even know how to. I don't understand.
He said, how long do you watch them before you book them? Is one question.
Yeah, well, it depends. I mean, if you're a diamond in the rough, I only got to go to one show.
Yeah, one show. Yeah.
I only got to go to one show if you're diamond in the rough. Y'all know this. I mean, hell, everybody's on this live over 30. Hell, y'all know. Look, I don't have to be an artist to know good music or bad music when I hear it. I got ears. I got ears. You know, I don't have to be a damn doctor to know that my chest is hurting or my leg hurt. I don't have to be no doctor for that. I got common sense. I use my senses. So you don't have to go and watch nobody know 50 times before you book them. No, you can watch them 2 or 3 times. You know.
And then some people just what's the name?
Mark talking about he's 25. Mark Holloway, you are not no 25. 25 times.
Everybody have a season in this industry too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And they season some start before the other.
Yeah, that's right. But stop calling yourself up and coming artists if you've been in Southern Soul more than 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 years. You're not up and coming no more. Yeah. No, you just
do the footwork and get in other places like
a lot of come up. You're trying to come up. You're trying to come up. You coming, but you're trying to come up. That's what you're trying to do. But look, I ain't gonna keep you busy. If we had fun, okay, we can keep on. See, y'all got any more questions? Angie, anybody got any questions I'm missing? Live, you see any questions on there?
Crystal, you get a chance. Inbox, send me your number.
Who is this?
Who?
Crystal Tucker.
Crystal. Oh, y'all got any more questions? Because look, Bessie said she right. She said she ready. Mule Man on here. What's up, RT Taylor?
I see Jazzy, Patrice, Kiki. Hey, Patrice.
Yeah, it's a lot of folks on here, you know. But like I say, man, you know, it's all done in love. It's never no malice and
no. And I just want to encourage all the up and coming artists, just all the artists, just keep pushing. You know, it's hard out here. It's so much animosity in this industry going on right now. I've seen a lot of negative stuff on there from somebody that's been stalking my little page for a minute. I can't believe they done jumped on here with it, but.
Oh yeah. Well, you're gonna have that. You're gonna have that. You know. Yeah, you're gonna have that. All you gotta do.
I'm okay. You know, I'm fine with all that because at the end of the day, God got me. They ain't never stopped. They've been trying to stop me for 30 years. They ain't stopped me in 30 years. They're not gonna stop me.
Mark Holloway said, check him out. Mark Holloway said, check him out. Mark Holloway can sing.
Okay, Mark. Anybody that want me to check them out, just inbox me your information and your number, and I'll send you my email address, and you can email me your music. So anything I can do to help out, I don't mind.
Who is that? I would never lose my profession. You're right, Coffee Brown. No matter how they come,
I would.
You're right. You're right. That's right. But look, I guess they don't have. No, I won't, Scott. I won't hurt nobody's feelings. I tell them the truth, man. I tell them the truth as a man or woman. I tell them the truth. I'm a 52-year-old man. I've been around the world, and I don't kick the can down the road. I don't see no benefit in that. Than me telling you, you know, something that's not true. I don't see no benefit in that. So if you get your feelings hurt as a grown ass man and woman, you had them hurt before. You've had them hurt before. You've been disappointed before, you know. So, but it's not my job to break you down. It's my job to tell you the truth. Now, I might not like your song. I'll send it to other people, and if they don't like it, I just say, hey man, I don't like it. I send it to 4 other people. They don't like it either. I don't know what to tell you. You know, send me something else. Just send me something else. You know, I tell them send me something else. I give you my honest opinion. You know, but no, it's not about me hurting nobody's feelings because I wouldn't do that. I won't hurt nobody's feelings. Some people just don't like the truth. You know, some people just don't like the truth.
Yes, I remember Reggie P. I used to be his role manager too.
Reggie P.
Yeah, they was asking me, did I remember Reggie P? Of course. How can I forget? That was like a brother to me. Yeah.
Yeah. But what I want y'all artists and promoters and producers, what I want y'all to do is I want you to be like that song Magic One got how to love each other. You know, let me see, who is this? Somebody text me a question.
Paula, no. Paula asked me if I had to do it all over again, would I be a promoter again? No. It's been stressful. It's been stressful, man. The hate that comes behind it, it's just ridiculous. And if I had to do it all again, I wouldn't want to do it. I would have went a whole. My dad used to own a car. I think I was his brother sold cars.
Yeah.
No, Paula, I wouldn't want to do it again.
Hey, Rodney Taylor said, just give him the stage. Okay. All right, cool.
All right, Rodney.
When the time is right, I got all y'all phone number. I got all y'all contact information. See, one thing about what I do is I'm very strategic on how I do my shows. You got to be strategic. I just don't put people on shows. I put people on shows what's going to work for the time in my area. You know.
Yeah.
Who is this? K.R. Singers got to. let the children hear their music. They never lied to you. Oh yeah. Somebody said all the singers got to let their children hear their music. They never lied. If they can sing your sing word for word, then you got to hit. That's true because my grandson was singing Magic One song. He was saying one of Magic One songs in the back of the car. He was singing it, and then every time he go to my playlist, he would always find that song. He would always find Knee Deep on that. So that's true. That's true. Somebody said all they need is one shot. Okay, well,
He said, "Ghetto Cowboy, Ghetto Cowboy, I remember you. Hit me up."
Ghetto Cowboy. But see, that's where it starts. See, it starts with a conversation.
Ghetto Cowboy be jamming, man.
He does. I hadn't heard of Ghetto Cowboy in a minute.
He said it out, saying it, man.
Yeah, it starts with a conversation, ladies and gentlemen. I always say that. I don't say men and women, ladies and gentlemen, more formal. It starts with a conversation. It starts with a conversation. Let's just have a conversation. And if you stand on your price, I respect that. I respect that. I'm not gonna, because they'll tell you that everybody say Kevin is cheap. No, I can afford you. I just know what I can draw in my area for that particular artist. So it's not that I'm trying to beat you down on your price. It's just that I'm not gonna pay that because I'm gonna lose. I'm gonna lose. Not unless you want to come and do a promo show for me and we split the money. See, they don't want to do that. They don't want to do that. So let me ask you a question, Bessie. Before you get off here, is there any advice you would give to a female artist by you being a promoter for 30 years? Is there any advice you would give to a female artist?
I want my female artists just to keep on pushing. It's hard out here because they barely get booked. You know what I'm saying? But I say a change is going to come, and I just want the females, the artists, to stay encouraged. And I would love for them all to team up and work together. And for every artist, please, y'all, stop bickering. The Southern soul industry is going to shit. Yeah, every time you turn around, some drama, somebody trying to kick up some kind of mess, and we got to learn how to start ignoring it and be better people in this industry.
Yeah, but do you think, in your professional opinion, do you think an all-female show would sell?
Yes.
Okay?
I do.
Yes. But is it now? Do it depend on the area? You think it depend on the area?
I see. I'm not. I can only speak on some of the areas I've been in. I think it would sell Mississippi and Alabama areas. See, I'm trying to work my way up towards Texas and Louisiana more, but yeah, Alabama and Mississippi, yes. But they love Lacey. They love Lacey here. Toya Jones is making a name for herself now.
Yeah,
here.
I like Toya.
Everybody, we love Karen Wolf.
Yeah.
Miss Lady Blues. She's underrated. She's good. Miss Pat. We got a whole lot of female artists just great, like Gender and all them. They awesome. Them women can sing. We just need the platform and the opportunity. And I say promote this. K Young and Rick, all y'all.
Hey, I put females on shows.
Every show y'all need at least put at least 1 or 2 females, whether not they big or not.
I don't know about every show now, but I do look out for my sisters now.
Come on, Kevin.
I look out for them. I look out for the sisters. Yeah, especially Karen Wolf. I gotta get Lacey back down here. I gotta get Dee Dee Simon down here. I gotta get Lady Q. Lady Q. I gotta get Toya. I'll be playing Toya Jones music. She can sing.
I think some of the reason the females, they be singing, a lot of them sing the same cover songs. And then, you know what I'm saying, they sing.
I don't even understand why the female ladies do sing a lot of the same cover songs, but their own music can stand for itself. Now, I don't like when they sing a lot of cover tunes for real. I don't like when any artist sing cover tunes for real. We can't let it hear you, so sing your songs. It's okay to open up a room, but the rest of it, you know what I'm saying? I feel like you need to sing your music. Don't take all your time up singing somebody else's music when you got your own music, and then you wonder why they want that because you singing Luther Vandross. I can't even give us a lie. You know what I'm saying? So if you got an opportunity and you finally get the platform to show your show and people to hear your music, that is your opportunity to do it.
Right.
And you know what I heard for the first time, Bessie? I heard Chick Rogers. You ever heard of Chick Rogers?
No, you asked me that the other day. That was my first time.
I heard her in Houston. That little lady right there can sing. Y'all check out Chick Rogers. She is bad.
Okay.
She's bad. Her name Chick Rogers. She's from Memphis, I think. Memphis. And she is bad. I heard her in Houston. Yes. Yeah, she a little bitty woman, but she can sing.
Yeah, it's a lot of females out here. I mean, majority of the females out here can sing, and I'm gonna give her Summer Wolf her props. Summer Wolf ain't no hell of a singer, but she got a good showmanship. You know what I'm saying?
A good stage
so
presence.
That's why I've been giving her shots too now. So
yeah, she got a good stage presence. I mean, to me, a lot of I'd rather for them to possess both, but I tell people all the time, you can't put entertainment on the radio. You can't put that on the radio. So that's the first thing they hear is your vocals.
Yeah,
that's the first thing they hear.
But I didn't see that.
It would be an enhancement.
Artists got good songs.
Yeah,
but they show crap.
Yeah.
I've seen artists got 3 good songs. I mean, good songs. I'm all excited. As a promoter, I'm like, I'm ready to see what he's gonna do and get him on the show. And man,
have you ever seen live perform? What do you think about live performing?
I was working at Spring Fling. I had got a little preview of him, but I didn't get a chance to see it in his entire show.
What do you think about the small preview? What do you think about the small preview?
It was good.
What was he singing?
I don't remember. You know, people was on that show.
He probably was singing that Turn That Dick Loose. Was he singing that one?
I heard about that song. I don't think so.
You heard about it?
What you heard about? What you heard about?
Everybody bow their heads.
What you hear about that song? What you hear about that song, Bessie?
I don't think I heard about you.
Now hold up. Now you're a promoter, Miss Bessie. Now
you got to hear what?
Hold on, live. Hold on. Let me make a point. So if you book live on your show, right? Would you let him sing that song on your show?
Let me tell you something about that song, and then my experience. See, you never heard of Miss Mary. Miss Mary is the female host that I made.
Oh, the old lady up there.
Yes.
Miss Mary is raw.
Yeah. So I know she's raw.
Let Miss Mary get on that stage, turning his thing loose, ain't gonna be no problem to sing in the crowd. Because Miss Mary don't care what come out her mouth.
Right.
Yeah, because she said something about live up there. I forgot what she said.
Miss Mary like
that. Actually, while you tripping, Miss Mary was supposed to do the intro to that song, but we ain't working out.
Hey, Rick, who you want to interview on Mix 106.1? Rick said you want to interview somebody on 106. Rick Outlaw. Who you want to interview? Miss Bessie live or myself? Who you want to interview? Who is this?
Miss Mary for grown folks only, baby.
She what? Miss Mary what?
I said Miss Mary is for grown folks only.
Oh yeah.
I do perform. I do have a clean version.
The radio version.
I have a clean version.
Yeah.
I have a clean version. Like if I see kids, I don't do it.
What the clean version say? What the clean version say?
Turn that thing. Turn that thing.
Okay.
Yeah, turn that thing loose. But if I see kids, I'll do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I did it in Mississippi. But if we grown folks in there, we gonna turn loose.
Yeah.
We gonna turn loose.
Coffee Burn, I never heard of Krista Thomas, but I like your song, Coffee.
Yeah, Krista Thomas. Krista Thomas is the truth. Yeah, Krista Thomas is the truth.
I mean, I'm willing to check everybody out. I just never heard of a lot of people y'all be mentioning. That's from up that way. They hadn't made their names hadn't made it down this way yet.
Yeah. Somebody named Carol and Kimbrough said they love your song, Live.
She loves the song. She going to that show still.
Yeah.
I think she's still going to the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So look, I'm trying to think. Let me see if I got some more questions.
Yeah, Miss Mary is X-rated.
Let me see. Yeah, Miss Mary is something else. What's this right here?
Yeah, she's done. That's my girl. Though. She, like I say, she almost was on that opening. I asked her for, but you say you're managing her now. I think.
I've been Miss Mary been with me ever since I was 18. I've been her only manager.
Well, the guy told me at the time he was. I'm really even got to say his name, but he was managing.
Well, that guy lied to you.
He must have lied.
Anybody in Mobile will tell you I've been Miss Mary. I've been Miss Mary manager ever since I was 18 years old.
He lied like a motherfucker. That's who I got called.
Mm-hmm.
I'm her manager. I say, okay, well, can you get her to do this opening thing for me? He like, you know, and it never happened. So I guess he wasn't.
That's why it never happened, because he lied to you, sweetheart. Everybody in Mobile and everybody know Miss Mary know that Bessie Stokes is her manager. I've been manager since I was 18 years old.
That's good. That's good.
Thank you, Carolyn, and we gonna turn it loose, Carolyn. We gonna turn it loose Saturday too, baby.
Yeah, but look, Miss Bessie, I ain't gonna keep you long. Like I said, you've been here with us for almost 2 hours. I really appreciate your candor and your honesty. You know, coming on here and just giving your point of view from your experience and from your standpoint. I really appreciate that. And look, I'll meet you in September if you're gonna be in Dallas.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. I'll meet you in September because we're gonna go to that show up there in Dallas. But
I'm gonna pop up. Hey, I'm gonna pop up too.
So I'm gonna do a little promotion work since I got this.
Go ahead.
So June 11th here in Mobile, Alabama at the Elks on DIP. I have Labrado, Vic Allen, Solomon Thompson, along with Lady T, hosted by yours truly, Miss Mary. And turn back around July the 9th here in Mobile. We're going to do a grand opening at the Rascals Lounge with Dr. D and Z Bradley. Also, September the 4th in Meridian, Mississippi, baby. Miss B's production is coming along with G Reese production with the QB Sykes Blues Festival. We got Karen Wolf, Arthur Young, Mr. Campbell, Solomon Thompson, along with Lady T and many, many more. Check us out. Anything that y'all want to check out, see can y'all get on one of those shows or not. Oh, I cannot forget this, October the 8th, right here at the Elks on DIP in Mobile, Alabama. I will have yours truly, King George himself, along with King Fred, Miss Hollywood, and Tora Keith. So any information y'all need from me, just give me a holler.
You got Kiko on there, right? You got Kiko on there.
Oh, yeah, Kiko Pryor, yes. Yeah. October 8th. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you.
Yeah. Just send me the flyer. Send me the flyer and I'll share it. I'll share it on my page. Guys. Yeah, just send me the flyer. Tag me. Anything you haven't, just tag me. I'll put it on my page as well, to help out,
And so September the 4th, if you don't have anything to do, y'all come on hang out with me at the QB Sykes Blues Festival.
Up in where?
That's in Meridian, Mississippi.
Okay. Yeah, we can make a trip. Yeah, my wife.
I'll definitely see you in Dallas, Texas, y'all. For the Super Bowl. We got heavy hitters on there. I'm
gonna make Dallas, Texas. I'm gonna do Dallas, Texas. I'm gonna come hang out.
But look, Bess, I know you said you was born, you 50, you was born in the 70s, right? You know what this means?
72.
Look, my flag ain't working tonight. Hold up. I gotta fix my flag. You know me. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching. Share this live.
Bye, guys.
All right.